I am sorry I didn't upload this yesterday. I was incredibly busy with there was a lot of IRL stuff I had to do, so I didn't have time to make a video and whatnot. By the time I got back, it was too late to just upload a video at night. I decided I'll just wait till Wednesday, which is now, the time you're watching this. Anyway, there's been some pretty big changes, and not all of them are good. Some of them are really, really bad. All 3 new heroes that they add to the game will just show up at the same time. That's, I'm not exactly too much of a fan of that. I kind of preferred with the one at a time content. It gave me time to really get to know this character before the next one showed up. Even if you don't, by the time you unlock Anne, there's already a new character the same week. Ember and Anne were both unlockable on the same day, basically, sort of, around that time. You get the idea. Now it's I have to do a whole video covering 3 new characters, and I haven't even unlocked Chernobog yet. No one has. It just feels kinda rushed. Even more rushed, and I guarantee it's gonna cause problems later on in the future. Second of all, the problem with Suga Mama is that, you cannot unlock her unless you pay money. She is literally pay to unlock. That's not good. That is bad. That is a very bad decision. They didn't explain why, they just said, we're doing that now. Secondly, they added Wade and NPC to the prize wall, except they also nerfed the prize wall. It lasts longer, but the quests you get, look at this. 1 token for each thing? Really? This is really bad. And then you have a 50% chance of not getting the character you want? Here's the thing. I want Wade on my team. I'm going to max him out. But there's a chance I have to unlock this guy in the process as well? Of course I'm going to be able to unlock both, but that's just, I don't like that. I don't like that they split the wall between 2 characters. You can decide if this is a good decision, because what if it's let's say Sprig and Polly are released at the same time and they're both on the prize wall. It's you get 50-50 chance of getting either one of the characters you want. But what if you end up I only end up unlocking Wade and I end up with a maxed out Huntsman? That's not fun, because we're going to talk about the Huntsman when we get to him. For now, let's just jump right. I have to do this quickly now, because otherwise, this video will be too long if I take too long. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. I can't do the voice. There's no way I can pull it off. Suga Mama is tough. A tough, street smart fighter who uses sharp wit and relentless determination to outmatch her opponents. Control, front, blue team. Huntsman is a skilled tracker who relies on stealth and instinct in combat, wielding hunting knife with precision. This is we'll talk about him later. Wade Ripple uses his adaptability and strength to overcome enemies, flowing through challenges with agility and resilience. Quotes? I'm not interested in being a pet. Wade, oh, there we go. There's the animations. Why does anyone get to tell you what you can do in your life? So I'm going to start with Wade, because that's the character I'm most looking forward to in this. Starting with Wave Breaker Strike. Let me listen to these sounds. I would have added a bit more of a wave sound effect, but you know what, that's fine. Passive. Wade's basic attacks do fantastic damage and give him a shield. Active. Wade Ripple transforms to a crashing wave. Upon crashing, Wade deals fantastic damage, distracting enemies and reducing their basic damage and skill power by a certain amount for 7 seconds. While distracted by this skill, enemies grant Wade 1 stack of Hardy and Determination for each attack they perform on him. Each hero can only trigger this effect once every 2 seconds. I don't really have time to, really... This is the problem. Now that they've released all 3 heroes at the same time, in order to make sure these videos are condensed to a short amount of time, 20 minutes or less than that, then I have to really rush through these skills. I don't get the time to really get to know these characters. Tears of the Tide. Ooh, hang on. The direction of those is a little weird. You know what? It's fine. Also, that's definitely a pitched down sadness cry. It's fine. It's fine. It makes sense. They're both water. They both cry. Water jets Water jets come out from Wade's eyes, gaining skill power for 5 seconds. During this time, Wade receives 50% less damage, and 100% of the damage he receives is converted into an HP shield. You're a tank, right? These are very tanky-esque. Yeah, tank. Back to skills. Come on. Now we're on to Liquid Rampart. Man, I cannot speak today. Can you tell I've been busy? I'm recording this at the end of the day so that you guys can enjoy this Wednesday. Wade Ripple stands his ground, gaining a shield every second for the next 3 seconds. After this time, if Wade's current shield exceeds his max HP, he consumes his shield to permanently increase his max HP by the same amount. For each shield consumed, Wade gains 2 stacks of endurance and a bunch of armor for 5 seconds. Let me just see. Yeah, that's him. That's the reference of when he stood up to the dam. Yeah, great stuff. Okay, yeah. I was thinking what his victory animation would be. I was thinking it would be like his weird little dance during the little segment, the little montage of their dates. But then this is also pretty good. Like whoop 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 whoop. Oh, hello, Toro. We have a cat. It's not my cat. We're just cat sitting for now. There he. Oh, hello. Yep. That's where is he? There you go. There you go. Hello. Oh, yep. If Wade's HP reaches 0 HP, he becomes Berserk, gaining a shield equal to a certain amount of his max, plus 50% of his max HP. If this shield is not destroyed within 5 seconds, Wade heals himself with the remaining shield amount. Otherwise, he gets KO'd. Okay, during this time, Wade cannot be healed and cannot gain any additional shields. This effect can occur 2 times per wave. I don't have time to contemplate how that skill works. I just have to keep moving. Whenever Wade Ripple receives damage equal to more than 30% of his max HP, Wade gains dodge for 5 seconds. This effect can only trigger once every 20 seconds. When using Tears of the Tide, Wade cleanses all debuffs from himself and gains HP shield for each debuff removed. Additionally, upon using it, he grants a shield to his allies for 8 seconds. Wade is immune to shatter and fantastic what? Additionally, any instance of fantastic damage dealt to Wade is converted into an HP shield. This effect can only be triggered once every 2 seconds. Just so like, you just can't use fantastic damage on him at all? And this doesn't have a chance to fail at all? Let me see Vanellope for a second. Sorry, Anne. I forgot. Anne's now my strongest. Yeah, this slow and energy gain have a chance to fail. So, heroes like Vanellope are stuck with this pathetic nerf of a red skill where they're basically useless if you can't level it up all the way. Meanwhile, Wade, right off the bat, all you have to do is unlock the skill and all of a sudden he's just immune to fantastic damage. No time to really ponder that though. Gotta keep moving. This is, okay, let's see. Yep. Wait a minute. Something's wrong. What do you mean they don't have... That's annoying. Wait, why aren't you one of my favorites? Could have sworn I put up... Did they reset the hearts? They reset the heart tag. Okay, thank you, Disney. This is a great update so far. I'm loving this update. I am absolutely... No, okay, let's try to stay positive. So with King Triton, Wade starts the battle with a shield equal to 20% of his max HP, and with Flick, while Wade's allies are shielded by him, they receive 5% less damage. And as for anything else, we have the Battle Badge, and then we have subclasses. Where are the... There they are. Shield Chair, Dauntless, Nimble, Enabling Shield, Frenzied Vengeance. There we go. That's Wade Ripple. Now let's look at Suga Mama. Passive. Every 5 debuffs given by Suga Mama, she cleanses herself and becomes immune to disables for 5 seconds. Active. Suga Mama swaps her old dentures out for new ones, granting herself and allies skill power for each debuff that Suga Mama gave between consecutive uses of Smile Swap. For the rest of the wave, Suga Mama and allies cannot gain more than 200% of their base skill power this way. Additionally, for 6 seconds, enemies take additional 100% true damage from Suga Mama and her allies. Just a simple animation of just throwing teeth away. And then even more teeth. Suga Mama throws her dentures at the enemies, who are dealt fantastic damage. Additionally, enemies take additional 100% fantastic damage from Suga Mama and her allies. While the skill is active, every time an enemy is dealt an instance of fantastic damage, they gain 1 stack of corruption. When this skill is activated, it automatically cancels Cane Toss. Cane Toss. Suga Mama throws her cane at the enemies like a boomerang, who are dealt normal damage. Additionally, enemies take additional 100% normal damage from Suga Mama and her allies. While the skill is active, every time an enemy is dealt an instant of normal damage, they gain 1 sec of weakness. When this skill is activated, it automatically cancels Chomp Strike. We saw something similar with another character, but I cannot recall who they are at the moment, and I don't have time to find out who it was. The Bold Glass. Oh, drop the cane. Now that's a victory animation. Every time Suga Mama and her allies deal damage to enemies affected by Chomp Strike or Cane Toss effects, Suga Mama and her allies gain armor and reality for the rest of the wave. This effect can happen once every 2 seconds. Red skill. After Suga Mama debuffs an enemy 4 times, that enemy becomes vulnerable for the rest of the wave. During Chomp Strike, enemies have their attack and movement speed reduced by 50%. During Cane Toss, enemies have their crit damage reduced by 100%. M.A. And... okay, so how come you get to be friends with Penny, but Ember can't be... she can't go out with Wade? What? Do they... maybe their friendship campaigns reference... Wade's friendship campaigns reference Ember somehow? Probably. She's probably gonna ask for help or something, but like... you know what? Fine. Suga Mama has some good friendships. Mama Odie makes the most sense. It makes perfect sense. So, with Mama Odie, every time additional damage is dealt, due to the effects of Chomp Strike or Cane Toss, Suga Mama gains a shield worth 10% of the damage given. Enemies have their armor and reality, depending on the skill which was activated by Suga Mama, decreased by 10% for the duration of the skill. This is from the penny, and she actually gives out pennies. Haha, funny. Oh wait, there's more. If Suga Mama or her allies are immune to any type of damage when either Chomp Strike or Cane Toss are cast, all the enemies have a damage over time applied to them for 6 seconds. This dot deals a certain amount of corresponding type of damage that enemies have increased vulnerability per second. This damage over time effect cannot be dodged or blocked by Hardy Stacks. Any extra stuff here? Nope. Okay. Dominance, Speed Debilitation, Damage Debilitation, Corrupted Dose, Reflective Refuge, and the Battle Badge. And the subclasses, there we go. That's Suga Mama. So, out of those two, I really like those two characters. Like, again, Wade. Love that Wade's in the game so quickly after Ember. Usually, I feel like we'd have to wait a long time before another character from a certain franchise gets added to each other, unless it's like one of the really old ones. Suga Mama is another fun one. I've seen enough episodes of the Proud Family to get to know her. That she's a fun character, the dynamic with her and Oscar. It's great. It's fun stuff. But, obviously, like I said, every time they add a character in the game, even if it's not a character I'm too fond of, I'm still like, hey, I'll welcome you to the game. This one. I bet you there isn't a soul on Earth who asked for this guy to be in the game. I cannot think of a single person who would come up to the Disney devs and say, I want him to be added to the game before the 7 Dwarves. This is the kind of character you would add when you've officially ran out of characters to add. When, like, there's out of any character from the Snow White movie, they chose this one. Out of any character they could have given this slot to. Anyone in the entire Disney property roster. They gave it to an NPC. I think Dante was like my least favorite. And now simply because, but even then, it's like he's a dog. He just feels like he'd appear as a skill or an assist trophy or something like that. But he appeared as his own character and they made him like an insanely busted character. And I didn't like it. But at least Dante, he did have a role in the movie. He had some stuff to do. He had something to him. He was a character. He has a name. We know who this dog is, whether we like him or not. This guy. This guy. Passive, with each basic attack, Huntsman applies Scare to all enemies with 5 for 5 seconds. Active, the Huntsman raises his dagger as if to strike, but his hand trembles, causing him to drop it, dealing fantastic damage to all enemies and applying Confuse and Vulnerable to them for 12 seconds. While confused by Huntsman, enemies that have their attacks interrupted gain 2 stacks of fatigue. So obviously that's just a reference to his only scene in the movie, his only contribution. What else could they do with him? Bound by regret. The Huntsman kneels and asks for forgiveness, granting invincibility to himself and all allies and increasing their skill power and basic damage by... What role are you again? You're a control character. I'm not interested in being a pet, and yet all you have done is hesitate and beg. The Empty Offering. The Huntsman tricks all enemies by presenting a box that deals fantastic damage, steals all their buffs, and stores them inside the box. Additionally, all enemies are stunned and cursed for 5 seconds. The box can hold a maximum of 3 of each buff type and keeps the ones with the highest time. Okay. The Huntsman Hat. When an okay, even his victory animation is boring. When an ally is about to receive a debuff, that debuff is blocked by Huntsman, and that ally receives a random buff from the Huntsman's box. If the box is empty, they gain a shield worth that amount instead. Allies can only be shielded this way once per wave. At the start of combat, Huntsman becomes invincible for 12 seconds. Invisible. Gotta remember, those are 2 different things. Huntsman's basic attacks now deal fantastic damage. Bound by Regret now cleanses all allies and increases their damage dealt by 50%. The Empty Offering now saps all enemies for 5 seconds. Essay. Sadness. Is this Sadness? Yeah, it is. How do you have a friendship with Sadness, but Wade doesn't? What's going on here? What is this madness? After every 7 basic attacks, Huntsman reduces all enemies' tenacity by 50%. Little John. When Huntsman becomes invisible, he copies 1 random buff stored in the Empty Offering. Cruelty, Devastating Sap, Cloaking, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so, if you person watching this, if you are excited for the Huntsman, and this is a character you have been waiting for forever, and you're happy he's in the game, I humbly apologize. I do not mean to offend you. But, the thing is, I can't really think of anyone who would be begging for this character to be in the game that he would take priority over anyone. Any character in this game. It's just the most head-scratching decision ever. Of course, we don't want to completely disregard that Wade's in the game. That's awesome. That Suga Mama's in the game. That's great. That we got a Proud Family character, another Proud Family character so quickly. Again, can't wait for the whole family to enter the game, and then they just have their own collection. Because that's something we also forget about, these little hero collections. Maybe that's why they included him, to really span out the eventual Snow White collection, because when they add the 7... But it's like, there's so many characters. If they make each dwarf an individual character, that's already going to be a massive collection, which makes this guy even more redundant. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking about Huntsman. Let's just quickly spar with Suga Mama. Oh, we can spar with all of them. Wonderful. So, yeah, let's just... Oh my gosh, he's tall. Okay, we gotta throw Snow White in here, right? Where is she? There she is. Is he really that big? Where's the Evil Queen? Where is the Evil Queen? Come here. Evil. If I just type in evil. Whoa. Well, Deville shows up. Oh, and that's right, she shows up as the hag. Okay, yeah, something ain't right here. Well, Anne looks fine. Vanellope, Shank, I guess compared to Shank, sort of. He just looks... No way Snow White is that short, right? What happens when they add the dwarves? Are they going to be as big as Wade? That's just... You know what, it's fine. Scaling's always been weird in this game. You know what, Evil Queen, you can stay here. Let's throw you in the game as well. Oh, okay. I'll need to... You see, now I have to look at each one individually. Oh, okay, wait, they're all dead. Okay, wait, no, you should turn into a puddle. That would be way better to feed enemies. One at a time. We'll do one at a time this time. Get rid of you. Let's have the Huntsman come out first. Worst first. It's everything about him is just boring. Everything about, I don't like, and I get his skill, props to them. They took a character that had so little to him, and they made an entire skill set out of it. I clap you for that. And again, if this is a character you really enjoy, then again, that's good for you. I'm happy for you. But I personally cannot be happy that this character is in the game when he does so little. So that was his victory animation, but let's see what happens when he loses. Oh, there we go, okay. Okay, he gets sad, but then he gets down on his knees. So there's a little more creativity there. Suga Mama is next. Let's see what you can do. Did I do the stalling team? I did. No, okay, no, we gotta find a real team. There we go. This one will go a lot faster. How does she come in? Oh man, all the entrance animations, they used to be so fun, but now they're just... though the entrance and defeat animation aren't as intriguing. I mean, that was better than most. And I saw Wade's. Wade's doesn't have a very... Okay, entrance animation, that's good. That makes sense. And then defeat animation, if he can be defeated. There we go. He just kind of pouts. It's more of a pout. I still think they're fully grasping how good some of these defeat animations are. Let me pull out some of the best ones, if I can just find them. No. Negaduck's okay. Darkwing Duck has a really good one. Evil Queen has a great one. Who else has a really good defeat animation? Jack has a very dramatic... Oh, with the costume as well. Who else is good? Who else has a very good... Ian, does he have a good one? I don't think so. Underminer? No, I'm just trying to think. Aha! Demona! Demona's got a good one. You just look at all these defeat animations and tell me that the newer ones are better. Yeah. So, there we go. Darkwing Duck, Evil Queen, they all went by so fast, but they all had a flair to them. They all had something to them which made them special. These new ones, okay, get out of the way, everyone. Just the new guys. Wade has a good entrance animation. Suga Mama and Huntsman don't really. Kind of boring. Oh, they're both dead. She just gapes, which is fine. Huntsman gets down, cowers. He's been kind of coward. Wade is doing pretty well. He's pretty durable. And wait, he just puts a... It's fun. Okay, that's where I'm going to end the video. Final thoughts. Yeah. Happy Suga Mama's here. Happy Wade is here. This guy... Not happy at all. Don't like him. I hate that he's here. Gotta be honest. I'm sorry. Again, I can't apologize. I really don't want to offend anyone, but it has to be said. I have to be honest. I can't lie. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, right. Prize wall, not really too pleased. Maybe that's why I'm so unpleased about the prize wall, because this guy's in it, and I have to choose between these two, and it's random, so that's not fun. And this... They didn't even give us a reason why. So this is just bad. Definitely... It's just such a shame because we started off so strong with Anne and Chernobog, and then all of a sudden, they just came crash landing. All these really poor decisions, as well as the most baffling addition to the game. But anyway, guys, maybe you guys can prove me wrong and say that this is actually one of the best updates. If you can somehow convince me... I highly doubt it, though. But you know what? I'm willing to keep an open mind. So just, yeah. That's all, guys. Again, sorry this is late. It was a busy day. See you next time. Goodbye.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching the video from beginning to end. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel and join the Zainreborn community. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.